Hey everybody, it's Ricardo. 2025 summer has been amazing. We're seeing the first of the real smoke here in Vancouver. The market has been interesting, to say the least, and I'm very excited that I've experienced and got to spend time with the people that I like for my 40th birthday. So let me jump into it. There has been a lot going on in terms of policy and not so much going on in terms of activity. In terms of policy, what's going on is that we are we've experienced the fourth consecutive no change to the mortgage rates and the overnight lending rate of the Bank of Canada. We have also seen tariffs and counter tariffs go back and forth, and nobody's sure what's going on, which I think has seriously impacted the market in the end of the last, since June, really. And we've recently heard from the government of BC what the maximum allowable limit to the rent increase for this year is, which is 2.3%. So all of these things combined, along with the usual rhythm of the market for the year, have caused the summer to be a little bit slower than it might have been in a typical year. We have seen a lot of listings sitting, but what this does is it opens up an opportunity for buyers who are entering the market and buyers who are moving up in the market. So if you're a buyer that's looking for an opportunity, now might be the time. And there's a reason why now might be the time. Most investors, most people are not trying to time the bottom of the market or the top of the market. They're buying and selling in a range of possibility. So we can see that we're at a pretty depressed price and a pretty increased time on market for most listings. And so if you're a buyer now, it might be within the band of opportunity to pick up a property, which will probably rebound when things stabilize in the future. So that's a very good indicator. Now, if you're an owner, if you're moving down in the market, or if you're trying to sell and exit the market, you may want to wait a little while if you can. Now, life circumstances are generally what cause people to sell and buy real estate, so this is not a commodity. Typically, this is your home. If you need a consultation about what you can get for your home in today's market, you can ring Ricardo, and I'd be happy to help. I'll do a consultation for you. No charge, no pressure. Now, there's a couple of things I want to mention about the increase to the rental rate. It's not very much, it's barely keeping up with inflation, but if you're a landlord, I highly recommend that you do this on an annual basis because it impacts two things. If you're going to sell with a tenant, you have people that are looking at taking on the tenant potentially, and if the market rents are not close to what the current market is, it's going to be a lot harder to sell that property because there'll be a negative cash flow position. Number two, if you want to purchase another property in the future, the bank is going to look at the income from that property, and they're going to assess it in one of a couple of ways, looking for to offset the debt. So if you're renting for $2,000 and 3 years later you're still renting for $2,000 versus $2,150 or $2,200, you're losing out on about $40,000 of potential borrowing power because you didn't increase the rent. So if you're a landlord, you need some help. There's lots of resources out there. I'm not a rental manager, but I do own properties myself. Typically my properties are furnished rentals, which they garner a lot more money per month, about 25% per month more than the typical rental out there on the market. The other thing is the turnover is a lot higher, so it gives us a chance to adjust the rents seasonally or with the market as it goes. Now, we've had a couple of very amazing clients that we've helped complete deals lately. One of the things about this moving up in the market is that you have to be pre-qualified. I have a great client that I've known for years and years and years. We got caught flat-footed. We offered on a great property in Kitsilano, and 5 other people also thought it was great, and we were not the successful bidders. So part of the reason is because we needed to sell a property. The other part of the reason is we weren't quite there yet on the market with that property. But we are now, and we're ready to go, so we're looking for something new. Another great thing to note, when you're selling your property or when you have somebody that's considering buying, this pre-qualification thing is a big deal. 2 times in the last month and a half, my clients have accepted offers from agents who did not pre-qualify their buyer with a mortgage approval or talking to their mortgage broker. And what that caused was a lot of a waste of time. It was a waste of the time for that agent, for me, for my client, for their client. Wasted weeks on the market thinking that we were sold, and this could have been avoided by a simple pre-approval. If you need a pre-approval, I know somebody really good that can help you. She's my fiance. I also know other people that I can introduce you to if that's not a good fit for you. And especially when we're working together, I want you to make sure that you connect me to your mortgage professional so I can find out how many days they need for subject removal, what the changes to strata fees and property taxes how they might affect your deal. Because it's not necessarily about a dollar amount for the price, it's about a monthly cost that your mortgage broker uses to determine how much you can afford on any given property. So I'm excited to announce that we have our PI event coming up the first weekend of October. So please mark your dates. The link's going to be in here. I'm going to add more details to that link as we go along and more questions, but definitely save the date, the first weekend of October, October 4th, 5th weekend. Please save the date. That'll be in Vancouver, not at my office. I'm renting a new venue this time. It's going to be on Main and 4th, between Main and Ontario and 4th, or Main and Quebec and 4th, sorry. So that being said, looking forward, we have the Olympics coming up, or the World Cup coming up next year. I'm very interested to see what the city of Vancouver is going to do in terms of being able to host so many people that are coming for the games internationally. And I'm actually looking forward to the fall. We've got a Tony Robbins event coming up. We're doing a wedding expo, being a vendor at a wedding expo. And we have lots of cool things coming down the pipe. I know this year is going to be amazing for me and for you. So if you have anything that I can help you with, if you know anybody that needs to connect with, if you know somebody in another city that needs a referral, I've done 6 or 7 referrals to other cities this year for clients that help them connect with a great agent. So when you're thinking about real estate, ring Ricardo. I'm happy to hear from you.